think we all in the same boat. I didn't go looking for it. It just found me, and it found me kind of ironically. One of the first things is that I never knew about mental health 20 years ago. I mean, I knew that the typical, stereotypical crazy people and this kind of stuff, but I never really thought about it. My wife also often tells me that I've always been a therapist, right? Mm-hmm. But because she's seen something in me. But I went to a therapist once. I was early in my marriage. And just I was complaining about my wife and just trying to figure things out. And I went to her office, and all she kept trying to do was get me to lay down on the couch. And I was like, this ain't how it's supposed to be. I'm like, this just don't feel comfortable, And, I'm like, I
have the music playing in the background, candles lit.
And I'm like,
it's a little too sensual.
I can stand up, I can sit up and tell you what I need to tell you. Right. And it seemed like she just stopped. She wasn't paying attention to what I was saying. And I was like, this don't feel good. And so I left there and just went about life. But somebody came to me and said, hey, have you ever thought about mental health? And I was like, what? Why? What is that anyway? And so they was like, you need to think about that. And I was like, okay. I didn't think none of it. And then I went and I actually applied for a job doing something else. And it was like, we got this job, direct services, for you. And so I went into direct services, but then I saw myself starting to engage people differently. But then I also realized that I started changing because I was like, man, how he thinking like that? That don't seem right, And from that point on, I just started changing the way I think about things. But I'm a business major, so my background is in business. And so when it came down to being a therapist, though, man, that was the last thing that I thought I would be doing. But I often tell people that therapy changed me. It changed me, and it changed my mindset. Because I grew up in an era. I'm a lot older than most of us on this panel here, and I grew up with grandparents that therapy wasn't a thing.
Facts.
They was like, look, don't even talk about that. Needing, my grandmother took psychotropics for most of my life, and I never knew anything about it until I got older into the field. I look back on it, I was like, man, my granny was really depressed, and her anxiety was this and that, and so I didn't realize a lot of things until after the fact. But far as therapists now, I don't have one now, but I did have one that I could definitely sit and have these conversations with. And just like Ashton, it was never about my clients.
Gotcha.
It was all about my experiences going through dealing with other people when it comes to business.
Gotcha.
And even marrying that with therapy. Because let me tell you something. This is a business that people really take for granted. When it comes to therapy, they take it for granted that we are the fixers and we are the healers, but they don't know what it takes to get here.
Yes, sir.
And to do the work that we do. And so that right there in itself is enough for a conversation. So that's kind of what my conversations are. And right now I'm just looking for somebody, but I don't have anyone that I feel that can identify with me, which I was that answer for so many people. They never seen a black male therapist. Now I'm trying to find me a black male therapist that I can get out with like that. So yeah, that's kind of how it unfolded for me.